Hey guys, this is Ramsid with FX Depot Productions for the final and third installment of Adobe After Effects CS5 tutorials, creating an epic space scene in After Effects only. Right now the time is 7:30 and I only have still 7:45 to go. So let's just go and do this quickly. In the last two parts I completed the gas giant texture, ring texture, the moon's texture also. Now what we'll do is we'll start off with the final composition. Let's create a new composition. We'll call it scenes composed, and we'll keep all the same presets, and we'll click OK. We'll create a new solid. Okay, let's call this stars. Make comp size, click OK. Then bring in fractal noise, change the contrast to about 150 and the brightness to about -90, and go into the transform settings and change the scale to 2, and that gives us scale to 2. All right, and that gives us the star background. All right, okay, now we'll create a new solid one more time, and we'll call this uh, dust. Okay, we'll make this comp size, click OK, and again we'll bring in fractal noise. Let's change the contrast to 200, the brightness to -20, and in the transform settings we'll change the scale to about 400, and we'll change the illusion settings to about 143. Okay, I like this combination. You can choose whatever combination you like. Now go to effects, color correction, curves, and in RGB we'll bring this down to a steep curve so that it crushes all the blacks like that. And again we'll go into effects, color correction, tint, and we'll map white to about a sort of steely bluish color, and we'll go into dust layer transform settings, and we'll change the opacity to about 45. Okay, and we'll change the transform mode to screen, and that gives us this effect. Now let's go back into project and we'll select our gas giant and bring that in, and we're going to effects, perspective, CC sphere, and now it looks a little congested, so we'll just select that layer and widen it out a bit like this. Like, that's pretty good. We'll go back into project, we'll select the ring layer, we'll bring that in. Okay, this also looks a little congested, so let's just bring that out a little bit. Okay, now go back into the effects box and we'll parent. Sorry about that, I think my mouse is stuck. Okay, we'll parent the ring to the gas giant like this. And now what we'll do is go to effects controls box, we'll select the gas giant, twirl down rotation, and as you can see this little icon here, we'll click it so it's locked. We'll go back into the ring, and in transform settings, actually we'll make both layers 3D. Okay, let's go again back into 3D, I mean ring settings, and we'll change the scale from we have to connect the scale to the radius of the planet. So we'll alt click the stopwatch, we'll take the pick whip, and we'll connect it to the scale. And at the end of this expression we'll type in front/2, which divides it by 2. Okay, then we'll connect the X rotation with the X rotation of the CC sphere. So we'll alt click this and we'll take the pick whip and attach it to the X rotation of the CC sphere of the gas giant. And at the beginning of this expression, we'll put in a square bracket. And the end of the expression, we'll type in asterisk -1. We'll close the bracket and we'll type in -90. Okay, and now we'll go down to the Y rotation. We'll alt click that and connect it with the Z rotation of the planet. And at the end of this expression, we'll type in asterisk -1 and we'll click OK. All right, now that's done. Let's go back up and let's change the render settings from full to outside, and we'll change the rotation X to about -24, and the rotation Z settings about just to 27. And if you get the same position, that means you've done the expression controls correctly. Now what we'll do is we'll bring in our mono 1. Just bring that, sorry about that, just bring that in on top of the ring. We'll make this layer 3D also, and we're going to effect, perspective, and we'll apply CC sphere. And again, we'll widen this out to the amount we've given for the gas giant. And since it's 3D, we can about move this right here. All right. And what we'll do is we'll open in the gas giant comp. We'll just shut down the rotation, and we'll open up light and shading settings. And we'll go back into the moon settings, and we'll go into effects, CC sphere. We'll open up light and shading right here. So we'll just go and create expression controls. So let's just go here. We'll alt click the light intensity, and we'll just pick whip it to the light intensity of the gas giant, and we'll alt click the light color, and we'll pick whip it to the light color of the gas giant, and we'll do this for the shading and light settings on both comps. Okay, just keep on doing this. Now in shading, ambience, diffuse, specular, roughness, the metal, and finally the reflective. Okay, now everything is done. Okay, now let's shut this off. Okay, now let's change the light intensity about 120. And as you can see, that changes the light intensity of both the planets simultaneously. That's why we parented it. And we'll change the ambience to 0. Then the specular also to a 0. And we'll change the light height to about minus 50, 50, and we'll change the light direction to 77. Okay, now we've created almost all of our elements. Let's go back, select the Moon 01 texture, and we'll duplicate that. Now go back into Project, select Moon 02. Now carefully you do this, hold Alt and drag that into the second duplicate. What we've done is we've replaced that with all the settings of the Moon 01 composition. And that's good. Now let's just bring that somewhere, sorry about, let's just bring that somewhere over here. Okay, and now we go back to the effect controls of the gas giant, switch the light and shading off, and we'll change the rotation to -8, rotation X, and the rotation Z to a -15. Okay, and we'll change the radius to about 540. Okay, and we'll go into the gas giant's transform properties, and we'll change the position to 250, 550, and 0. And that gives us this kind of position. Okay, let's go back into the, sorry about that, let's go back into the Moon 01 texture, and let's bring that about somewhere, bring it somewhere here. Okay, and let's go into its transform properties, and here you change the position to about -1000. Alright, let's just bring it out of uh, that entire ring, and let's change the scale to about 50%. Okay, and as you can see, it kind of like intersects here, so let's bring it forward a little more and reduce the scale to about 47. And as you can see, now it does not interfere with it. Anyways, we'll leave that here, and now we'll deal with the second moon, the volcanic moon, and we'll just go into it. In transform properties, we'll change the position to about uh, 2000. Now it's somewhere over there. Let's select that layer. We'll keep it somewhere above the rings, and we'll scale it to about 5% or maybe just 10%. I think it's probably disappeared or something. Yeah, let's scale it to about 25%. That makes it pretty much that big. Let's make it 30%. No big deal. Okay, let's select the Moon 02 layer, and we'll probably bring it down somewhere. Just, just not moving. Bring it. Yeah, somewhere over there. Yeah, that's good. All right. Now you have done that. Now all we need to do is we need to wait a second. Let's just go into the Moon 02 one more time. Let's scale it up a little bit more. Yeah, somewhere about there, maybe 47. That's pretty good enough. Okay, that's good. And now what we'll do is we have to create, we'll parent the dust layer to the stars layer. And we'll go down into the go down to the stars layer, and in transform we'll make both of them 3 layers, and in the transform settings for position we'll make it about minus, let's make it about 5000. Okay, and we'll scale that up to 350. Okay, that's good. And we'll go to this box and we'll collapse transformations, so it looks pretty good. Alright, now I'm sorry about this, and I said that it was a 3-part series, but unfortunately we don't have enough time, so I'll continue this in the final part. Okay, watch the final part to know how to create the animation and keyframes. Anyways, this is Sid for FX Depot Productions, signing out. Thank you.